He's experienced. He's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but sometimes you don't need it. When you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
He knows distance well, and I don't think the other guys can reach him or capitalize off of it.
Now, everybody's saying decision. Could a stoppage be on the table? Because you said frustrate him.
Yeah. For sure, a stoppage is always in the works. These guys fighting with ounces on no head gear. Anything can happen in boxing. Just be himself. Be him. Don't listen to the crowd. Don't listen to these fans. Don't listen to these haters and these sand daughters. Just be him. Do what he do best, and that's one.
He's more of a fighter. He's a ring generalship. He's in there thinking. He's calm. He's having fun because Teófimo's been proving it before. And I gotta emphasize this. If someone can pull it off, it's definitely Teófimo López. If Teófimo López doesn't do it, I don't see who is gonna be.
Many boxing pros are sounding the alarm, and the argument is getting louder by the day. They believe Teófimo López could seriously dismantle Shakur Stevenson, not with reckless pressure, but with elite ring IQ, sharp footwork, and controlled aggression. Lopez isn't just fast, he's explosive with purpose, constantly changing rhythm, angles, and tempo. That kind of chaos is dangerous for a fighter like Stevenson, whose brilliance is built on precision, timing, and defensive mastery. The concern is simple but compelling. If Teófimo forces Shakur to fight at a pace he can't dictate, the technician becomes the one reacting, and that's where fights are lost. This isn't just a style clash. It's a chess match where one mistake could flip the entire narrative of both careers.
Teofimo showed you that he can fight inside, he can fight outside. He would have the advantage of power in this fight. One thing that I love about this fight, Bud? Shakur's very athletic, very talented. So is Teofimo. He's more explosive with power, but Teofimo is very athletic. He is very talented. You got two athletic guys, two talented guys. Again, Teofimo I would favor with the power. This is going to be it.
Fighters and experts keep circling back to one unavoidable reality. Teófimo López is the naturally bigger, stronger man. Against a supremely skilled but lighter opponent like Shakur Stevenson, that physical edge could change everything. Lopez doesn't just hit hard. He moves like a smaller fighter while carrying the power of a bigger one, allowing him to bully opponents without sacrificing speed. If Teófimo is able to impose that strength early, lean on Shakur, and make every exchange physical, the fight stops being about clean technique and starts becoming about survival. And in boxing, when skill meets size at the elite level, power has a way of rewriting the script.
He's a very special athlete, and as a competitor, he is one of those guys who saves his A game for a fellow elite opponent. That's when he really rises his game and shows us the Teofimo Lopez that everybody thought he was when he was a prospect. People used to look at him and say, oh, this guy is going to be the star in boxing. It didn't really play out that way, but every now and then he reminds us how special he is.
Teofimo is a two-division Ring Magazine champion. In both fights where he won the Ring Magazine championship, he was the underdog. 4-1 underdog against Lomachenko. People forget, Lomachenko was taking elite fighters in the lower divisions and they were quitting.
Yes.
He was beating them into some, they were like, I can't do this, right? And Teofimo beat him. Right, he outboxed him.
Yeah, he didn't do it by physically imposing himself on him.
He outboxed him, he outfought him, he had speed, power, and then again against Josh Taylor at junior welterweight, he was the underdog, so he saves his best for his biggest moment.
Teófimo López hasn't been subtle about his intentions, and that's what makes this matchup so dangerous. He's openly said he wants to make the fight ugly, dragging Shakur Stevenson into rough exchanges where finesse takes a backseat to force. At 140 pounds, Lopez believes his size and strength give him the leverage to break Shakur's rhythm, crowd his space, and turn every moment into a physical battle. The goal isn't to edge out a cautious decision. It's to land something heavy, something momentum shifting, something that could end the night early. If Teofimo gets his way, this won't be a chess match. It'll be a storm, and he's betting Shakur won't be able to stay dry forever.
Very talented, skillful, technique fighter.
Yeah.
You know, can't take anything away from it. However, scared to get hit. Scared to get knocked out in front of the world. Scared to get touched up in front of the world.
Are you saying that off of the last fight or just
in general?
In general.
In general.
Yeah.
In general. Me and Shakur sparred before. We did 3 rounds, and it was just light work. And me trying to figure out his jab. Does he have a good jab? Yeah, he does. But once you pass his jab, it's game.
According to Shane Mosley, the danger for Shakur Stevenson has nothing to do with skill. It's about timing and weight. Mosley warns that jumping straight into a fight at 140 pounds against an explosive force like Teófimo López could be a costly gamble. The concern isn't whether Shakur is talented enough. Everyone knows he is, but whether his body will respond the right way after adding size. Extra weight can slow reactions, change balance, and drain stamina, especially against a fighter who thrives on speed and power. Against someone like Lopez, even a slight physical adjustment gone wrong could be the opening that turns a calculated move into a serious mistake.
I don't think that, well, maybe. I mean, Shakur might show some different, if he has to go after Teofimo, he might show some different type of heart that we haven't seen, or different type of fighting we haven't seen, and vice versa, you know, whereas Teofimo's hitting him with different shots off the angle, that is kind of giving, you know, Shakur Stevenson trouble. We'll see about that. So we just don't know.
Yeah, the thing is I think people overlook of Teofimo is he can box when he wants to. Like, he's shown he has a slick style too when he wants to do that.
When he wants to do that. So if you have a slick style and you got power and you got the speed too, and you're fighting at 140. So let's see. I don't know if Shakur Stevenson is going to get slower moving up in weight or not, where Teofimo can hit him. Maybe he was really fast at 130, 26-30, maybe 35, but 40, you put on a little bit more weight. I think that he holds the weight probably really, really good, but you just don't know.
Veterans who've made the same jump are waving caution flags for a reason. They warn that at 140 pounds, Shakur Stevenson could look noticeably slower, risking the very traits that define his dominance: razor-sharp footwork, instant reactions, and flawless timing. Adding weight doesn't always mean adding effectiveness, and even a small drop in speed can be fatal at the elite level. Meanwhile, Teofimo López thrives at this weight, built for speed, power, and non-stop physicality. If Shakur's movement dulls even slightly while López fires with full force, the matchup shifts fast, from a technical showcase to a dangerous fight where momentum favors the man who feels completely at home in the division.
This scenario, what if it's the Teofimo that beat Lomachenko? What if that Teofimo shows up?
Like I said, at Lomachenko, it's a not easy fight. Teofimo was able to be in the ring with different type of fighters and figure it out. The fighters that Shakur Stevenson was in with, they couldn't figure it out, or get close to figuring it out. Whereas Teofimo had to figure out that type of style, and Lomachenko is a hard fight to fight. So that's why this fight is so interesting. And for Shakur Stevenson to move to 140 to fight him is definitely hats off to him.
Do you have a favorite on paper in that fight at all, Shane?
I believe it's 50-50. It's a fight that I just have to sit down and watch and just want to see, like I said, who imposed their will.
Experts like Andre Ward see this matchup coming down to the thinnest of margins. At this level, talent is a given on both sides, and stylistically, there's very little separating them. Ward believes the fight won't be decided by hype or narratives, but by execution on fight night. Who controls the timing, who manages distance, and who shows up in peak condition when the pressure is highest. One lapse in focus, one missed beat, one moment of fatigue could swing everything. When two elite fighters collide, it's not about who's better on paper. It's about who delivers when the margin for error is almost non-existent.
Because Teo knows it's going to be a real fight. Shakur knows it's going to be a real fight. And I look at Shakur like a fighter who has a blank canvas. He's got the IQ, he got the experience, and the athleticism and the skill set where he can paint any type of picture he wants to on a blank canvas. When I look at Teófimo López, he's almost that. He has a blank canvas, but he needs an outline on what to draw and what to paint inside the line. Now, every now and again, he'll go away from the outline that he has and he'll do something dope and you'll be like, oh, that was cool. That wasn't on the outline right there. But I don't think that he can create on the fly like a Shakur Stevenson. But what he does bring to the table and what Shakur does have to deal with is explosive power, quick twitch, muscles, and the type of punches that he likes to throw. And Teo doesn't have the foot game that Shakur has, but he's got a decent foot game.
Max Kellerman highlights a psychological twist that could define this showdown. Shakur Stevenson steps in with more to lose. His technical mastery and undefeated record hang in the balance, putting every punch, every slip, and every round under intense scrutiny. Teófimo López, by contrast, comes in as the underdog, with less pressure and everything to gain. That dynamic makes the fight inherently dangerous and unpredictable. Shakur must protect perfection, while Teófimo can swing freely, hunt for openings, and capitalize on any mistake. In boxing, that mental edge can be just as decisive as power, speed, or skill.
Or is fighting to protect that perfect record, to protect that kind of sense that he's the next guy. On the other hand, Teo is like he can fight with more abandon against Shakur because there's so much for him to gain. And if he loses, he's lost before. He's lost to Cam.
Paulie Molinági sums it up perfectly. Shakur Stevenson is a special talent, almost untouchable when it comes to defense, timing, and ring IQ. But he warns that if Teófimo López shows up at his absolute best, he has the tools, power, and physicality to upset Stevenson. This isn't the kind of fight where punches fly non-stop. It's one of those battles where every landed shot matters, and fans will be on the edge of their seats waiting to see who can find the openings first. Both fighters are in their prime, both bring unique strengths, and both have something at stake. It's the kind of fight that defines careers, and when they finally square off, we could witness a technical masterclass, a physical war, or a mix of both. Nobody can predict exactly which, and that's what makes it unmissable.